Hello, science lovers. This is an important podcast on equilibrium. So, in this podcast, we will discuss chemical equilibrium. Chemical reactions occurs in one direction from reactant to products are termed as irreversible chemical reactions. These reactions is indicated by an arrow pointing from reactant to products. Example, carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. AgNO3 plus NaCl gives means arrow sign. When I say gives, it means arrow sign, or arrow sign is from reactant to product side. So AgNO3 plus NaCl gives means arrow sign AgCl plus NaNO3. In this reaction, AgCl is in solid form and all others are in aqueous form, means liquid form. 2KClO3 plus gives 2KCl plus 3O2, means in this reaction oxygen gas evolve. Chemical reactions that do not go to completion in any direction and that can simultaneously occur in both forward from reactant to product and reverse from product to reactant direction are called reversible chemical reactions. These reaction is indicated by double arrows, one pointing in forward direction and other in reverse direction. Example, N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. This is an reversible reaction. So, this is an just introductory part. Now we discuss physical equilibrium. Physical equilibrium is defined as the equilibrium between two phases of the same substance when the rate of forward and reverse process are equal. The evaporation of liquid water in closed container is an example of physical equilibrium as the rate of evaporation and condensation are equal. Another example of physical equilibrium are I2 in solid form on sublimation gives I2 in gaseous phase, on condensation gives I2 in solid form. So, this reaction I2 from solid state to I2 to gaseous state is an reversible reaction, or this reaction occurs in both direction, in forward direction or in backward direction, means in reverse direction, is an example of physical equilibrium. You can also visit our website www.chemistrynotesinfo.com to read notes of this chapter, where you can also see the graphs of physical equilibriums, chemical equilibriums and reactions, so you can understand very clearly and very well, because it's not possible to explain graph in this podcast. So do visit our website www.chemistrynotesinfo.com. So it is actually a graph between time and rate. So as time increases, rate of reaction or rate of evaporation of I2 or camphor also increases, but at some time rate of evaporation becomes constant, so it's achieve a physical equilibrium, means rate of evaporation and rate of condensation both are equal. So that phase is physical equilibrium phase. Now we discuss chemical equilibrium in detail. Chemical equilibrium is defined as the state of chemical reaction at which the rates of forward and reverse reactions are equal and concentration of reactants and products reach constant values. Consider a reversible reaction A plus B. Sign of a reversible reaction means one arrow for forward direction and one half arrow for forward direction and one half arrow for reverse direction, means backward reaction direction. So A plus B, reversible reaction arrow, C plus D. A reaction proceeds in forward direction with time. The concentration of A and B molecules decreases and concentration of C and D molecules increases. As the concentration of reactant molecules A and B decreases, the rate of forward reaction decreases. And as the concentration of product molecules C and D increases, the rate of reverse reaction also increases. After a certain time of rate of reaction and reverse reaction gets equal and concentration of reactant and product reach constant values. At this state, the chemical system is at equilibrium, as both forward and reverse reaction proceed at the same rate. Therefore, the chemical equilibrium is dynamic in nature. So there is a graph which I explained already, that you do visit our website www.chemistrynotesinfo.com to see that graph. So it's a graph, one is for one axis, that is x axis is for time and y axis is for rate of reaction. So rate of reverse reaction increases, rate of forward reaction increases, then there is a constant line where you achieve a chemical equilibrium. So chemical equilibrium we study in this podcast, and also get the notes of these chapters or these lessons from our website www.chemistrynotesinfo.com. So now we discuss law of mass action. Law of mass action is very important law, and law of mass action states that the rate of chemical reaction is directly proportional to the product of concentrations, that is active mass of the reactants, with each concentration is raised to a power equal to its stoichiometric coefficient in balance equation. Consider the general reaction small a capital A plus small b capital B gives product. According to the law of mass of action, rate is directly proportional to capital A to the power is raised to the power A into capital B is raised to the power B. Also rate equal to K, A to the power A, B to the power B, means A, K, A, capital A to the power small a, capital B to the power small b. In the above reaction, K is a constant and is known as rate constant. So if you are not able to visualize these reactions when I speak, you can also see that reaction from your book or from our website. Equilibrium constant Kc. Equilibrium constant Kc is defined as the ratio of the product of equilibrium concentration mole per liter of products to the product of equilibrium concentration of reactants, with the concentration of each substance raised to the power equal to its stoichiometric coefficient in the balanced chemical equation. Consider the reversible chemical reaction. According to law of mass action, rate forward is directly proportional to A to the power A, B to the power B. Rate forward is equal to Kf A to the power A, B to the power B. Similarly, rate reverse is directly proportional to C to the power C, D to the power D. Rate reverse is directly proportional to Kr C to the power C, D to the power D. At equilibrium, the rate of forward and reverse reaction are equal. Thus, rate forward is equal to rate reverse. So, Kf a to the power a, b to the power b is equal to kr a to the c to the power c, d to the power d. So kf by kr is equal to c to the power c, d to the power d by a to the power a, b to the power b is equal to kc. So kc is equal to kf by kr is equal to c to the power c, d to the power d divided by a to the power a, b to the power b. In the above equation represents equation for equilibrium constant Kc, where Kf and Kr are the rate constant for forward and reverse reaction respectively. Equilibrium constant with respect to partial pressure Kp. For reaction involving gases, the equilibrium constant is expressed in terms of partial pressure. For the reaction A plus B, reversible reaction arrow sign, C, D plus D. So when I see reversible reaction arrow sign, it means sign for the reversible reaction, and that sign is half head forward forward arrow and half head reversible arrow or backward reaction arrow. The equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure Kp can be expressed by replacing the molar concentration by partial pressure. Kp is equal to Pc to the power c, Pd to the power d divided by Pa to the power a, Pb to the power b, where Pa, Pb, Pc, Pd are equilibrium partial pressure of A, B, C, D respectively. Relationship between Kp and Kc. The partial pressure of each component in a mixture of ideal gases is directly proportional to its concentration at constant temperature. For component A, PAV is equal to NART, or PA is equal to Na by V into RT, where Na by V is equal to A is molar concentration in mole per decameter cube. Pa is equal to ART. Similarly, Pb is equal to BRT, Pc is equal to CRT, Pd is equal to DRT. Now substituting equation for Pa, Pb, Pc and Pd in equation of equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure, we get Kc is equal to c to the power c, d to the power d divided by a to the power a, b to the power b. Therefore, Kp is equal to Kc RT into to the power del n, where delta n is equal to c plus d minus a plus b. So now we let's learn about another important point, and that is characteristics of equilibrium constant. So before learning characteristic of equilibrium constant, I want to let you know that R is gas constant and its value is 0.08206 L atm to the K to the power minus 1 mole to the power minus 1. Characteristic of equilibrium constant Kc. The value of equilibrium constant Kc depends on the temperature. The value of equilibrium constant Kc does not depend upon original concentration of reactants or products, pressure, volume and catalyst. The value of equilibrium constant Kc are generally expressed without units. Higher value of Kc or Kp means more concentration of product is formed and equilibrium point is more towards right hand side or vice versa. Application of equilibrium constant. So it is very important to know about its applicability, means where it is applicable. So it is applicable to predict direction of reaction. If QC is smaller than Kc, the reaction will proceed from left to right in forward direction, generating more product to attain the equilibrium. If Qc is equal to Kc, the reaction is at equilibrium, hence no net reaction occur. If Qc is larger than Kc, the reaction will proceed from right to left in reverse direction, generating more reactant to attain the equilibrium. To know the extent of reaction, if Kc is greater than 10⁻³ then the reaction is in favor of products and nearly goes to completion. If Kc is smaller than 10⁻³ then the concentration of reactant is much greater than that of product. This shows that reaction does not take place. If 10⁻³ is greater than Kc is greater than 10⁻⁻³, then significant concentration of both reactant and product is present at equilibrium. To calculate equilibrium concentration, by knowing the value of equilibrium constant, the unknown concentration can be calculated. Le Chatelier's principle. Le Chatelier principle states that when a system is at equilibrium, is subject to a change in any of the factors determining the equilibrium condition of a system, system will respond in such a way as to minimize the effect of change. I explain again. Le Chatelier principle states that when a system at equilibrium is subjected to a change in any of the factors determining the equilibrium condition of a system, system will respond in such a way to minimize the effect of change. Factor affecting equilibrium. Effect of change in concentration. If concentration of one or all of the reactant species is increased, the equilibrium shifts in forward direction and more of the product are formed. Alternatively, if the product species is increased, the equilibrium shifts in backward direction, forming more reactant. Effect of temperature. Increase in temperature shifts the equilibrium in endothermic direction and decrease in temperature shifts the equilibrium in exothermic direction. Effect of pressure. According to Le Chatelier's principle, increase of pressure on a system at equilibrium shifts the equilibrium in the direction in which pressure reduced, that is, in direction where number of gaseous species is less. Effect of volume. Increase in pressure means decrease in volume. So, the effect of change of volume is exactly reverse to that of pressure. Effect of catalyst. Catalyst has no effect on the equilibrium point because it speed up both the forward and backward reaction to the same extent. Ionic equilibrium. The equilibrium between ionic species in solution is called ionic equilibrium. Water soluble compounds are classified as either electrolytes or non-electrolytes. The electrolytes are compounds that ionize or dissociate into their ions and conduct electric current in aqueous solution. The non-electrolytes are compounds that do not ionize into their ions and hence
do not conduct electric current in aqueous solution. Strong and weak electrolytes. Electrolytes are classified as strong and weak electrolytes. Strong electrolytes, the substance which ionize almost completely into ions in aqueous solution, are called strong electrolytes. For example, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, NaOH, KOH, NaCl, KNO3, etc. are strong electrolytes. HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus H plus Cl minus. HNO3 plus H2O gives H3O plus NO3 minus. Weak electrolytes, the substance which ionize to a small extent in aqueous solution, are called weak electrolytes. For example, CH3COOH, NH4OH, HCN, etc. are weak electrolytes. In such cases, the molecules are in equilibrium with their ions. Degree of dissociation. The degree of dissociation of an electrolyte is defined as the fraction of the total number of molecules or moles of the electrolytes that dissociate into its ion when an equilibrium is reached. It is given by expression A is equal to number of moles of electrolytes ionized as ion divided by total number of moles of electrolytes. So percent dissociation is equal to A into 100. Now we discuss Ostwald dilution law. If an electrolyte AB having concentration C moles per liter dissociate in aqueous solution and A is the degree of dissociation, then initial concentration AB is directly proportional to A plus B minus C equilibrium concentration C1 minus alpha is equal to C alpha plus C alpha. Then equilibrium constant K is equal to C alpha into C alpha divided by C within bracket 1 minus alpha is equal to C alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha. Above mathematical reaction is Ostwald dilution law. Now we discuss acids and bases. Arrhenius theory. According to this theory, acid is a substance which contains hydrogen and produces H plus ions in aqueous solution. For example, HCl gives H plus Cl minus in aqueous form. Base is a substance that contain OH group and produce OH minus ion in aqueous solution. For example, NaOH gives Na plus OH minus in aqueous form. This theory cannot be applied to compounds which do not contain free H plus OH minus ions. Bronsted-Lowry theory. According to Bronsted-Lowry theory, an acid is any substance that can donate a proton H plus to another substance, and base is any substance that can accept a proton H plus from another substance. That is, acid is proton donor and base is proton acceptor. For example, HCl plus NH3 gives NH4 plus Cl minus. So in this reaction, HCl is acid and NH3 is base. The pair of acids and bases which are formed from each other by the gain or loss of proton are called conjugate acid-base pair. Lewis theory. Lewis theory. According to Lewis theory, an acid is a substance which can accept a pair of electrons while a base is a substance which can donate a pair of electrons. Ionization of water. H2O gives H plus plus OH minus. So K is equal to H plus OH minus divided by H2O. K is the equilibrium constant for the ionization equilibrium. Since the dissociation of water takes place with a small to a small extent and the concentration of undissociated water is nearly constant, thus H2O is equal to constant is equal to K dash. So K is equal to H plus OH minus divided by K dash. So K into K dash is equal to H plus OH minus. Therefore Kw is equal to H plus OH minus, where Kw is constant and is known as ionic product of water. At 298 Kelvin, the value of Kw is 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 mole square per liter square. Kw is equal to H plus OH minus is equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 at 298 Kelvin. As the concentration of H plus and OH minus ions are equal in pure water, if H plus is equal to OH minus, the solution is neutral. So H plus is greater than OH minus, the solution is acidic. If H plus is smaller than OH minus, the solution is basic. pH scale. The pH of a solution is defined as the negative logarithm to the base 10 of the molar concentration of H plus ions in solution. Mathematically, the pH of a solution is expressed as pH is equal to minus log 10 H plus. Hence, H plus is equal to 10 to the power minus pH. Similarly, pOH of a solution is defined as negative logarithm to the base 10 of the molar concentration of OH minus ions in solution. Thus, mathematically, pOH is equal to log 10 OH. Relationship between pH and pOH at 298 Kelvin, that is at 25 degrees Celsius, is equal to pH plus pOH is equal to 14. Hydrolysis. Hydrolysis is defined as reaction in which cations or anions or both ions of salt react with ions of water to produce acidity or alkalinity, basicity, or sometimes even neutrality. The aqueous solution of the salt of weak acid and strong base is alkaline. The aqueous solution of salt of weak base and strong acid is acidic. The aqueous solution of salt of strong acid and strong base is neutral. The aqueous solution of salt of weak base and weak acid may be acidic, basic, or neutral depending upon relative strength of acids and base. Buffer solution. Buffer solution is defined as a solution which resists change in pH on addition of small amount of acid or base or on dilution of the solution. The ability of buffer solution to resist change in pH value on addition of small amount of either acid or base or on is called buffer action. A solution containing equimolar amount of CH3COOH and CH3COONA is acidic buffer solution. A solution containing equimolar amount of NH4OH and NH4Cl is basic buffer solution. The pH of acidic and basic solution is given by Henderson-Hasselbalch equation for acidic buffer. Buffer capacity is defined as the number of moles of acid or base required to add 1 liter of solution to change the pH of unity. Buffer capacity is equal to number of mole of acid or base added per liter divided by change in pH. Solubility product. When a saturated solution of a sparingly soluble salt is put into water, some of the salt dissolve in water and dissociate into its ions, and most of the salt remains undissolved. Thus, there is an equilibrium between undissolved solid salt and its dissolved ion. This equilibrium is called solubility equilibrium. For example, AgCl dissolves as AgCl in solid form gives Ag plus aqueous plus Cl aqueous form, means Ag plus aqueous form plus Cl minus aqueous form. Equilibrium constant is given by K is equal to Ag plus Cl minus divided by AgCl. So K into AgCl is equal to Ag plus Cl into Cl minus. Common ion effect. The common ion effect states that the ionization of weak electrolytes is suppressed in presence of strong electrolyte containing an ion common to the weak electrolyte. For example, in a solution containing weak base NH4OH and its soluble ion salt NH4Cl, in a weak base NH4OH there exists equilibrium and salt NH4Cl dissociates completely into its ion. NH4Cl reversible reaction sign NH4 plus OH minus. NH4Cl forward reaction sign NH4 plus Cl minus. As the concentration of NH4 plus ion increases, then according to Le Chatelier's principle, the equilibrium shifts towards left, that is towards NH4OH. This produces a non-ionized NH4OH molecules. The result is that the ionization of NH4OH is suppressed due to the presence of NH4Cl containing a common NH4 plus ion. If you find this episode interesting, do follow us, subscribe us and share with your friends. Do not forget to visit our website www.chemistrynotesinfo.com to get all chemistry notes and notes on interesting topics, and also download PDF notes of any chemistry chapter which you want to learn. Thank you to listening this podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Chemistry Notes Info, a innovative chemistry learning platform.